All of my agents at Keystone actually received a book from me several years ago, and by now they might have actually read it. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, provides a lot of actionable ways. I'll go ahead and throw it up here for the recording so that everybody can see it. If you haven't read it, if you're in business, you want to change how you're habitually managing your life, this is the book for you. This provides truly actionable ways to break free of bad habits, how you adopt new habits, and keep your achievements clean and on autopilot. Definitely a book that you want to get more in depth in on the topic. You want to spend some time reading this. Make this one of your educational goals for your quarter. But for now, I'll share you a few tips to help you develop some better habits, maybe give you a jump start on the goals. You can get this book at Amazon. You can buy it directly from your bookseller. It's in virtual paperback or hardback form. I'm a hardback book kind of guy. As you can see on my bookshelf, I like to collect, keep, take notes, and reread as often as possible. Quick tips that you can take from James Clear. Number one, don't give up. According to Clear, most people enthusiastically start a new habit, but they simply don't see the results immediately, so they give up quickly. Social media age has significantly reduced our ability to delay gratification. Here's the truth. Habits compound over time. You will not see the results right away, ever. But if you put solid systems in place and you stick to them, you're going to see these little breakthroughs. And ultimately, you're going to create that toothbrush habit that you've got every single morning. And you're going to be so happy with that success that you're never going to stop doing it. If you're a bed maker like myself, I grew up in a household where if you can get up in the morning, you can make your bed, and you can start your day, that is your first accomplishment, and you can go ahead and start celebrating that and give yourself some positive power from start to finish. Make the bed. Do it right. Don't half-ass it. Fluff the pillows. Turn it down. Get it ready to go. Make sure that if it's time to change the sheets out, change the sheets out. But make sure before you've left your bedroom for the day, your bed is made so that you can leave your bedroom door wide open for fresh air all day, and that anyone that was walked through, especially yourself walking throughout the day, isn't seeing a task that was left undone. It allows you to see that you can accomplish everything that you put your mind to. Even the simplest of tasks will make a difference. Step 2, set up systems. Use your SMART goals and determine what systems you're going to have to put in place. Every one of you is different. You need to be working directly with me or working directly with your broker to make sure that you understand what your highlight reel is in life and in achievements for work, and where you're having struggles and things that you absolutely need to improve, because that broker's experience is going to tell you that habit is going to create a problem for you down the road. Even if you had no goals or no systems in place whatsoever, you are most likely going to achieve a marketable improvement in your business if you just start the most basic of habits. On the flip side, if you've got lots of goals and lots of systems, the opposite will most likely be the income. You're going to see a lot of success, but you don't have time for anything additional. So make sure that you're engineering your goals, especially if you're new to this, with someone that has got a lifetime achievement award in setting goals and meeting goals and creating expectations and celebrating the failures. It's okay if not every one of your goals are achieved, as long as you put in the actionable items that you could track so that you can celebrate that you walked through the process. If you know what your gross commission income, your GCI goal is for the year, you know what you need to do to accomplish that goal. Work it backwards. If it's 24 transactions, then you need to work backwards from closes to pipeline to contacts to how many people that you've got to actually call before you can create contacts. Reverse engineer it, understand what they are, and you will absolutely dominate your financial goals. Stick to your processes every single day. Those successes only show up through consistency. Next tip. Focus on your identity. Become less focused on the outcomes and more focused on who you are. Be that person who achieves versus the one that's constantly just chasing a goal. For example, if you're currently fixated on the outcome of doubling your GCI, twice as much closing and twice as much money as I did last year, instead of focusing on changing your identity to someone who calls a prospect every single day, you're too busy focusing on the big, hairy stretch goal for the year. You need to concentrate on what are the things I didn't do successfully, what are the things I didn't do consistently, and that's why I missed the overall goal. Next, your habit loops, your triggers. You need to have a habit loop, a cue that you automatically respond to. You need to learn to recognize what those triggers are, and it will help you change your behavior around them. For instance, if you check social media every time you hear your phone bing, every time it makes a noise, you pick it up and check the screen, you know firsthand what cue and response is. Create an environment for yourself that you're most likely to stick to. A desired habit. No phone in the room when you're updating. And that's going to be tough considering we don't have landline phones anymore. But whatever you have to do to make sure all of those other alerts don't become a distraction for you during your workday, set the tone of your work schedule for from 9 till 11 every single day. I am only doing outbound calls. I do not respond to other calls. I do not open up other apps on my phone. I simply work through my scheduled call list. A lot of the CRMs that are out there today actually have the phone feature built into it, so you can steadily drill from one location into your CRM and go from call to call to call. It will dial out using your cell phone, so you can put your phone out on the side. You can not be distracted by all the bings and all of the whistles and all of the vibrations that are happening, because believe me, grandma can wait. She'll be there after 11 o'clock when you get that call. That client that needs your immediate availability can wait a little bit of time. It's okay for them to know you're busy as long as you get back to them quickly. Manage that through your CRM instead of through your phone, so you have minimal distractions. You must create an environment for yourself that you can stick to those habits, so you are not constantly using interruption as an excuse. Sorry, family, but mommy and daddy have a job. It's real estate. Sometimes they're going to have to get into a private office, or sometimes they're going to have to go to a local Starbucks because you guys are a distraction. Your environment is going to be filled with cues that are either going to work for you or against you. You need to know which environments are going to be the most conducive for your successful habits. If you cannot work at home, do not pretend to be a remote worker. If you need to go to an office, then know that about yourself as an agent. Get that discipline through an office and then become a remote worker. If you need to go work at a coffee shop to be successful, go work at a coffee shop. But set that as a part of your goal statistic. I will work from X amount of time every single day from the following location. It will be specific. It will help you gain identity at that location. And as long as you've got your business cards in your pocket, you shouldn't have any problem generating a couple of cold leads while you're there too. Temptation bundling. I always love this one. You might need to form a habit you don't like. Cold calling. Door knocking. I'm going to suggest out of this book that you understand the temptation bundling technique to correct instances like this. That means that right after you do something you don't like, reward yourself by going to do something you enjoy. For every cold call that you make, you can go talk to your sphere, but not the opposite. Make 3 cold calls, make 1 call to a client. Make 1 call to a client, go make a cold call. These are the kind of things that you need to do. Bundle them. It'll be, ultimately, you're going to flood your brain with the feel goods, the dopamines. It's going to start associating with dreaded habits with feel good. And believe me, it's just going to become a work day, a practice in your life, and it's going to help you be more successful. The thought of doing things every day will become less and less awful for you. Knowing what goals you want to go and knowing what goals you want to hit provides you direction. It's funny because in real estate, we use analytics to show us the direction of a market, to show us the direction of a neighborhood, to show us the actual evaluation of a home, and helps us estimate what we feel someone would be willing to pay for that home. But we don't do it for ourselves. You have a problem setting direction for yourself as a real estate agent. Are you counting on making your life and your business goals a reality? Whether you are concentrated on how much money you need to make before the end of this year, or whether you're concentrated on how many books that you're going to read before the mid-year reset, know that the small tweaks that you're going to make in your daily life and in your daily habit is going to compound. It's okay to dream big, but you need to start the tiny daily actionable items with reasonable expectations. You need to be. What are your big real estate goals for 2024? What do you still have left to accomplish? Hit me up in the bottom and let's see what we can do online to help you hit those goals. You can add as much commentary as you want. I promise you, I'll answer each and every one of you. Drop the comments below. Add any tips that you think would be helpful for others. We are a real estate community and we want to make everybody better. Appreciate every moment of your time today. Thank you guys so much for being here with us and making our day an actionable item for all of you and your education.